Welcome to Motivus Talk. The views and opinions expressed in this podcast are those of the hosts and guests and do not reflect the official policy or position of Motivus or any affiliated organizations.
While we strive to provide accurate and up-to-date information about cars and the automotive industry, we make no representations or warranties of any kind express or implied about the completeness, accuracy, reliability, suitability, or availability of the information discussed.
This podcast is intended for informational and entertainment purposes only. Our goal is to share our passion for cars and provide valuable insights to our listeners. We aim to create a casual and engaging environment, and as such, you may occasionally hear strong language. Viewer discretion is advised. Thank you for tuning in, and we hope you enjoy the show.
All right, greetings and salutations, everybody. Today is Thursday. Was it July 11th? It's lit. How y'all feeling? How y'all doing? What's popping with y'all?
What's up?
Feeling great, man. About to cook dinner for the fam after this.
For sure. All right. So, how's y'all weekend go though? I know it was what was it? It was 4th of July weekend, right? Technically. Okay. All right.
Yep.
Pretty uneventful for me. I stayed inside.
Spent it in the gym.
Wait, wasn't it raining where you were at too?
Not me, no.
No. I thought the weather was bad or something like that. Because I think you were barbecuing right outside, and like the weather was bad, or
No, it rained briefly, but no. Yeah, grilled some chicken, grilled some burgers, hot dogs, and then I went and took a nap.
oh yeah, you were big chilling.
I ain't cooked nothing. I went to the gym.
What?
That was it.
I remember you saying that in the group chat too. I was wondering, like, damn, because you just went straight to the gym, but you were working hard though, bro. Jesus Christ.
Yep.
Okay. All right. That's what's up then. So I'm assuming I got a real question for y'all though. Did y'all not watch the Formula One race this past weekend or not?
I didn't catch it.
I ain't catch it either, man. Go ahead and tell so.
Whack. Nah, only because like, bro, it was a crazy race seeing Lewis Hamilton going crazy, like, cause he hasn't won for like 197 days or some shit like that. Like, it's been a long time, or some 300. No, it's been a couple years now, I think, or some shit. I forgot, but I know the number was crazy. And I remember the last biggest win that he felt, because he never cried in a race before. So he cried, like he was balling out. And I'm like, damn, bro, like I could really feel for him, because I remember the last time I saw him actually race and I was like really rooting for him was during the time of like him being in Dubai, and he lost that race. That was like back in 2021, I believe. And that was during the pandemic. And bro, like I remember that whole race, bro. I was up late at night just trying to watch it. And bro, that was a heartbreaking race. But yeah, I just wanted to mention that. So congratulations to that dude, because that was a crazy race. But I'm surprised y'all don't watch it though.
This last race, he won, right? Where was the race at?
In Britain.
Britain, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it was good.
So what day was it on?
It was on Sunday.
Sunday.
I forgot what time though. I think it was early for me. Like, of course, the 3 hour difference between you guys. I think it was around like 1 y'all time, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah. So the thing about racing for me is it's more fun to do it than to watch it.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes when I watch racing, it makes me mad because I'd rather be behind the wheel.
I don't think you could do that one though, bro.
Just live vicariously.
That's crazy. Because I mean, if I really think about it though, right? Like being a Formula One race car driver is different, dog. Like that's a lot of G's you're pulling. I heard like niggas, you could damn near snap your neck, go around those apexes. Yeah. So it's like, I don't know. When I heard that, I'm like, I gotta get my neck buff. You feel me?
I've seen the guy. He was doing an interview, and he did some of the workouts for Formula One drivers, and they put it on like 1% the power of what a Formula One driver, and he was struggling, sweating bullets, trying to turn the wheel. He was like, and it was only 1% of what the Formula One drivers.
That's crazy as hell. Ain't no way.
practice
Mm-mm.
on.
Ain't no way.
On
Hell
top of
no.
that, yeah. So I was never a huge fan of Formula One. It is one of my favorite categories of racing, but my absolute favorite
Mm-hmm.
is sports car racing. Actually, I lied. Can you consider drifting racing?
Technically, I don't know. It's
I'll
hard.
just consider motorsports. So my favorite category of motorsports is drifting, of course.
Right.
Do you know how drifting was started?
I know. Oh, I know the dude name. I know he came from Japan, but I don't know the dude name though. I know he was in
I don't
Tokyo
remember
Drift.
his name either. He's called the father of drifting. That's his
Yeah.
nickname.
Yeah.
And he was a road course racer. That's my favorite category of racing. It's road
Right.
course racing, and in America, it's IMSA, International Motorsports Association.
Mm-hmm.
But uh, the father of drifting was born because he was too good of a racer. He was in, I think it was a 240 SX,
Hey,
and
real quick. Hey, your camera went out. By the way, I don't know what happened to your camera, but your camera went all the way out.
somebody called me.
Come
You
back
good?
to us.
Come back to us. Come back.
So he was racing. It was road course racing, and he was in first.
Uh huh.
And he was so fast in the car. I think he was using a 240 SX. He was so fast that he would slide in corners. This is before anybody seen anything like this. I
Uh huh.
want to say it's in the 80s. So he would slide in the corners in like the exits and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And then as his career progressed, he got better and better at controlling his car. He started sliding on purpose. So he'd be in a race, a grip race,
Mm-hmm.
sliding his car in and out of exits.
Yeah, I
And
remember
people
hearing that.
would come to those races just to see him slide his car.
And you know what I heard?
Not
Like
only
I
that,
heard when he first did that though, wasn't it on accident when he first did it though? Like when he first had
yeah,
attempted it.
yeah, the origin story is it wasn't an accident, but he said he was getting bored. He was too fast in his
Mm-hmm.
class, and he would start controlling his car in a manner that nobody else had done yet. And so controlled skid is how that became. And then
Right.
it became so popular that the kids would take their cars, and that's how Togo was born. They would go
Mm.
slide in the mountains. And
Okay.
all this was happening in the 90s before Fast and the Furious. You don't know
Right.
what a super is.
Right.
You don't know what who Paul Walker is, and the people in Japan are just having a good old time sliding their cars. That drifting was born before the world knew about it.
But you know what? I want all our viewers to understand and listeners to understand one thing. Like the only reason why I knew who he was, bro, was like when I was digging deep into like Tokyo Drift and the culture, like how, because of course the dude was born and raised out there in Tokyo, so that when he was able to capture everything on Tokyo Drift, bro, I was digging in deep. Like, okay, who's everybody in this movie? Whatever. I'm finding out that the guy that was lifting up the gate to let everybody in inside that first scene when they're
Toshi.
in the garage and shit, when he lifted up the garage door, bro, that was his brother, the director's brother. Yeah.
Toshi
Like the other guy that I think it was Toshi. I believe it
did
was
not know
Toshi.
that.
Yeah.
Did not.
That's his brother. And I guess like his mom and his dad was like, "You gotta make sure your brother has a role in this movie." And so he's like, "All right, bet I could let him like do that." And then you also see him when he flies in when he
Yep.
flies in, you see him again. So yeah, like it's crazy how that all played out. And then that first time he actually was drifting, again, you see the father drifting on the corner with
Yeah.
fishing. You know what I'm saying? So again, those are little tidbits and like Easter eggs that people could find in the movie if you really know about you know
Mhm.
everything about the car history. So yeah, it's crazy.
So drifting was born before car culture. I guess tuner car culture was born in America.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody was messing with American cars in the 90s and 80s and 70s. And then right around late 80s, early 90s is when Japanese cars really took the the car culture
Right.
in America because you had 6 cylinder cars and 4 cylinder cars um, making the same amount of power as the V8s in our American cars
Mm-hmm.
simply because they were turbocharged. The
Jeez.
car culture transformed in the 90s and it's never been the same since.
Yeah. it hasn't been the same since, honestly. I mean, the way they make cars now, obviously, we know what's up when they make these cars and how they make the cars nowadays. It's way different compared to how
How
it
they
was
make the
back in the day.
cars nowadays.
Yeah, bro.
Talking about EV.
I mean, not even EV, just just in general. Like, think about this. Like, I was telling my mom this, like, when she was trying to look for another car. I was telling her even the electrical components in almost every car nowadays is different. It's built different. The harnesses, like, it's just built completely different than it was back in the day. Like, bro, I miss my E30. When I had my E30, I miss it. It was simple. Open the hood. You see the spark plugs. You see everything you need to make sure a car functions properly. I could be stuck on the side of the road, be chilling. I'm not. I don't have to do. I don't do as much. Everyone else is out here trying to get little gadgets out. Like, nah, bro. My car is a lot more simpler. I pull over,
Yeah.
do what I gotta do, and then just keep pushing. But nowadays, you gotta check everything in the car. Like, so if something goes down. Like my mom's currently her what's it called, the infotainment system. The screen keeps reflashing, and so like, and that's, bro, $1,000 at BMW right now. $1,000 just for that. And it's a small little screen. Like, it's not even giving her any sort of car plate or nothing. It's just so it's stuff like that though. You know what I mean? Like, that's what I mean. Now EV is completely different. We'll talk about that in a second. But like EV though, like, is completely different ballpark.
E, like, yeah, you said we'll talk about it in a second. EV is like all our BMWs and Mercedes with all their 50, 60 modules times 1,000.
Well, you know what? No, you know what? We could actually bring it up. We could bring it up because, well, for
I feel
one,
like EV ceiling is I feel like EV ceiling is unlimited as far as like how far it can go. Yeah, we got regulations and all of that put in place, but the potential is unlimited. It's limitless.
true. I agree.
Limitless in what way?
Excuse me.
Limitless, like
Oof.
uh, for example, electric planes.
True.
More electric transportation. I know Rolls Royce has gotten into the aviation space. They've gotten into the energy space as well. So it's like I only see it like it's a matter of time before EV
Actually,
integrates into these different spaces.
not to
Facts.
speak on anything classified, there is a military drone that can circumvent the Earth for 600 plus days without landing
Yeah.
because it's solar powered and flies so high it never sees a cloud. It never gets into the cloud. So it can always see the sun basically. The battery will never run out. So it's already been implemented. We, the consumer, just don't have access to something like that.
Right.
But on a consumer basis, EV is extremely popular right now. Tesla, of course, is the most known name for EV
Mm-hmm.
around the world. Uh, But there are other companies like Lucid Motors and Rivian that are following suit. I don't think it's a coincidence because I don't know if people know about this. The person that created Rivian also used to work at Tesla.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
But I have a very biased opinion about EV. I don't know about you guys, but I prefer gasoline powered vehicles.
Well, I said this. Here's what I said. Here's what I think. It's my opinion too, but I personally believe if you are going to go the EV route, it's practical. That's some reason why people get the EV is because it's practicality, not because of what we like. We're petrol heads at heart, right? So like, it's a beating pulse that we feel when we get inside of a petrol car, as opposed to someone that's like a 9 to 5er. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I'm one of those guys too, but I have a completely different passion as far as cars go. So for those that don't have that passion, I'll tell my mom this, like, bro, she should definitely get an EV. My mom should definitely be getting an EV compared to someone else. Like, if you don't have the time to worry about the car, get spark plugs, or get transmission fluid, or have to worry about X, Y, and Z, get the EV. Like, it's for those that don't want to have to worry about it. In the back of their mind, they're like, oh man, I don't feel like we're having to worry about like the nitty gritty stuff that y'all have to worry about. As for petrol heads like us. But if you're, someone that really don't care about it, now they have a space. They have a space they feel safe in that they could just operate in and just go from A to B and not have to worry about, oh, look at this guy
Have
trying
you
to pull
ever
up.
have you
You said what?
have you ever driven like have you ever dailied an EV car before?
I low key did. I had a Tesla back in when I was out in SoCal. I had one. I had
Hmm.
it right before Zach had came out to see me, and I had
Yeah.
one out there. So it was cool. I liked it. Like Tesla was pretty lit. I ain't gonna cap.
And
Like I'm not gonna buy
the-
one, but it's not that bad.
I know you were speaking on convenience. Like
Right.
I drove a BMW 340 i that was electric,
Was that when I
and
came out there
just
too? On for the
yeah,
holidays? Was in
that
November,
I
right?
was the yeah Thanksgiving, our birthday, all of that.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Okay, I
Um,
remember you having that.
last year, yeah, 2023. Um, just the for me, it's an inconvenience as far as having to stop for an hour and a half just
That's
to
true.
charge. If you're one
Yep.
of those people that don't have a charger in their garage or at their home,
Mm-hmm.
but for me, it was rented, so it
Right.
it just seemed a little more inconvenient. You
I
know what
feel
I'm
you.
saying? Um, but as far as like, Zach brought up Rivian. Um, so North Carolina lost the bid for Rivian's plant build. It was a $5 billion build. They lost it to Georgia, right?
Mm.
I was reading and I saw that the Rivian execs were ignoring the North Carolina's official government officials and all of that. Once and then they had to find out online that Georgia won the bid. Um, and they lost it because of politics and it wasn't enough market need in North Carolina,
Right.
right? So uh, found out that Rivian paused the build in Georgia
Uh-huh.
due to a 5.3 billion net loss, right?
Really?
So guess who comes in? Guess who comes in and swoops the day? Swoops saves the day. Sorry, bro. Volkswagen invest 5 billion to form a joint venture with
Oh,
Rivian.
you know what? I did read that, and I think I sent to the group chat when I sent that to y'all. Yeah, I do remember that.
Yeah, that
Mhm.
makes things very interesting, and that shows like the giants of the automotive industry and what their interests are. Um, Toyota has led the world in hybrid cars,
Mm-hmm.
and they said they keep going back and forth about EV. They keep saying they're not going to go EV, then they build a $3 billion battery plant in North Carolina
Mm-hmm.
for their EV vehicles. So it's like I believe it's highly political that's pushing the EV thing because
True.
the companies that have been making money on gasoline powered vehicles, why would they switch up now? Just because it's a
Right,
wave and it is a big wave.
right.
Like I said, I'm biased, so I feel like the EV is not going to be around as long as these companies think it
And
is.
yeah, and the EV cuts into the big gas's pocket.
Right.
Like most of the whole world basically runs on oil and gas. So
Mm-hmm.
EV is definitely a disruptor. But as far as Rivian goes, it's like Rivian customers here in Charlotte, North Carolina, are having to drive to Atlanta to get their car serviced, right? So um, the band-aid that Rivian has put on it, they have mobile service techs to come out to wherever you are to service your car, right? But it's like for a national brand, what can Rivian do to have better access for service? For their people
True.
outside of service network.
That is a good question.
I mean,
Leave that on the
on it.
board.
Well, honestly, like I'm always wondering since it is EV, right? Like since it is EV, couldn't they just do something like how Best Buy did it, like with Apple? If it's just that easy, right? Why not partner with like like AutoZone or something, and they could just do the easy, like the easy stuff. Does it make sense? Like they could just walk through and say, okay, look, you got these problems, this problem, and just create a partnership with some brand, with somebody that already has an ecosystem set up. Where you
Mhm.
can do small stuff, small little checkups, small little things here and there. You know what I'm saying? Like make it easier for the customer so that way they don't have to rely on calling y'all to do. I know it's a lot of money for them, but it's like like you guys says, inconvenience. I have to drive all the way out there. I could drive to my nearest like AutoZone or certified technician that is certified that y'all partnered up with for me to go ahead and get my car serviced. So it's like, do we have to do this whole runaround of like, oh yeah, I have to go all the way out this way just to get my car serviced? Like, it's something that I would
But yeah,
never.
they did. Oh, that was the Band-Aid. They had the mobile service techs
Right, I remember
come
that. Yeah.
out. I don't know how prevalent that is, but
Same.
I
That's
did
why I'm
read
saying. Yeah.
that they
So
tried.
I mean, that's the only thing that's going to stop them right now. Honestly, is that. But I mean, I shout out to both of them though. I mean, to all of them, all the little EV companies that's out right now. Like, cause it's a daring place to
Can't say
go to.
little. Can't say little,
And
bro.
definitely shout out to Volkswagen for
Oh, that too. That's a
joining
major
it.
W. Major W.
It's going to come from there.
See, bro,
Facts.
I'm biased. Biased because I know a little bit too much from working at Rivian. I know that Amazon kept them afloat. I know that Ford kept them afloat, and now Volkswagen. So, is it a successful company? I'm not going to answer that question. But I'm going to pivot to Tesla. The Cybertruck is very biased. There's people that hate it. There's people that love it. I am neutral. It's an interesting looking vehicle. When you see it in person, it's definitely different than seeing it on your phone.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, I would not buy one. You can give me one, but uh, it's definitely like an acquired taste. I'll say
Yeah,
that.
it is.
On top of that, it's a beast.
It is.
It can tow, and the torque is crazy. I don't know the numbers, but it's definitely not a normal vehicle.
Right.
With that being said, it still needs to be charged.
Right.
And that's the part that really turns me off is you would have to modify your house and know where your gas station is
Mm-hmm.
uh, and have extra time. So where you're not paying for in gas, you're paying for in time.
Right.
Time is the real currency in this endeavor. So
Right.
True. I agree.
it's to each their own. EV is for those that choose it.
But you know
Um,
what? So here's the thing. Here's one thing I'm a kind of pivot, but I'm on the same point that you're on, right? The reason why the Cybertruck is doing so well, I think we obviously all know it's gonna have to be the name of Elon and the brand that Tesla already has, right? So like, it's daring to be different, and like to Cameron's point, is like if you're gonna be in the space, I think everyone has their own little taste of what they're trying to bring into the EV culture, if that's what we want to call it, because now it's become a culture wave now. You know what I'm saying? So like that's what I was saying
Oh,
before.
the rappers are definitely
Right,
keeping the cyber.
exactly. And I was just gonna hit that. Like you got guys like Kanye driving a new Cybertruck. Mm-hmm. And it's like you got wave, you got motion. So it's like really ultimately in this game of any sort of business, if you don't have any sort of endorsement from like celebrities or whatever going around, like you're gonna lose that wave. So yeah, like you just said, like if you may hate it, you may love it, but if it's making sales, I don't know what's selling.
yeah,
It's
and I think that's
crazy.
the point. It's
Mm-hmm.
the sales. I don't think they care about the practicality. I don't think even the company making it cares about practicality. I think they care about the bottom line. And as business, that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Tesla's killing it, but I
Facts.
can't say the same for Rivian. I can't say the same for Lucid. I
I
think a
think they're
lot
just
of people
starting
watching
off.
this.
They just starting off, bro. Like they have to find, because see, Tesla already built its community, its fan base is already there, right? And that took years to develop. Same thing
Yeah, they
for
did.
people that buy Priuses, bro. I don't know. I don't understand why people still buy Priuses, but there's a culture, there's a fan base around it. So,
I can tell you why people still buy Priuses because the gas prices, bro.
but that's my point though. Like you have a solid fan base. Like you got people that will still go crazy for it. You may not have that yet for Lucid or Rivian because they're still pretty brand. Like they're still new. They're still relatively new. So are they gonna get there? I think so for sure because there's room. There's still more room for EV cars to come out. So
That's what I meant
I said
by
there's still more room.
they
there's still
have
more room.
no
Yeah, they have
EV ceiling.
no ceiling, No ceiling.
The electric Mustang, like you said, the Cybertruck. Tesla's still growing, even though they have their issues. Where did Lucid go?
It's around. We can talk about
that. They were coming out with the truck. I haven't seen it yet.
Right.
You want to hear something crazy? The Nissan GTR has been discontinued. They're replacing it with an EV Nissan GTR.
Shit, that's so. See, now that's disrespectful.
You see?
That's disrespectful.
You see what I mean?
It's just some models need this gasoline power.
Same thing for the same thing for the 718. 718 now they just announced the same thing. So a lot of them are doing that. But I did want to say two things. One, Uber, by the way, is doing their own like EV sort of like on the rooftop airplane, and like you get to go from one rooftop to another rooftop in LA type shit. Like it's crazy. And that's what they're doing right now with Uber.
I'm gonna say stuff like that really can only work in big cities.
Oh yeah, for sure. But I'm just saying City. That because like damn, like to pull that off is crazy, bro.
It is. There is definitely a wave of new style, new type vehicles coming. EV might not even be the only one. I've heard about hydrogen powered vehicles, which terrifies me, but it works.
I'm glad you mentioned that though, because you heard about Porsche, right?
No.
So Porsche is doing their own fuel now. It's called e-fuel. And e-fuel is the hydrogen powered, like, type of gas, which sounds hella dangerous, but which it kind of is, right? So like, but I would say though, like that means anyone with a petrol car could use that gas without having any problems, which I could really get down with. So if they actually pull this off, which I feel like they will, because I think Formula One's actually going to be testing that fuel out in the next few years. That's going to be the guinea pig right now to just test it out. But I'm pretty sure with Formula One testing it, it's going to come down to the masses eventually at one point. And if it does pull off, it really pulls this like mission off, bro, that means everyone out here will run their cars without having no problems, bro. And I think Germany's behind it. Like Germany's pushing for this agenda now, because of course it's the Porsche brand, Volkswagen brand, and Audi brand. So, that's home.
That probably has a lot to do with why they're working with Rivian.
Yeah, that too. They're just trying to get their hand in every different pocket they can.
Yeah.
And now with like that whole e-fuel thing coming up, like it's just gonna start a whole new wave. And I don't think petrol's gonna go anywhere. That whole idea of, oh my God, EV's gonna take over. It's a part, but it ain't gonna take over.
Let me tell you something. If I have to grow corn to make my own alcohol to run my gasoline powered car, I will do that.
Chill. I know you would though.
It's so easy. It is so easy to make your own alcohol. Literally, you grow a field of corn, and there's your fuel right there. You can grow it from the ground. 2024 was amazing.
I ain't gonna lie. That's some southern shit, bro. Like no one be doing that shit out here, bro. No one's doing that out here.
We got ethanol for days.
He's a real racer.
Yeah,
and my GTR runs on E85, so even better.
That's true. No, I know. I remember yours does.
There.
Yes.
I ain't gonna lie though. I missed that 99% octane shit, man. 100% octane. That shit was going crazy.
Got that out here too.
Car. Yeah, I know. Same here.
Yeah, 110 out here.
Mm-hmm. I think I got
that purple stuff.
I got VP. I think VP.
Stuff.
You got what?
Purple stuff. What purple stuff you talking about?
That purple stuff.
110.
What purple stuff you talking about?
110 octane.
Nah. I already know one purple stuff you talking about.
I'm gonna go get some. I'm curious.
So what? You never ran your shit with E85, huh?
Nope.
Damn.
Dang, bro. It's sitting at like 630 horsepower on pump gas. I'm scared. Scared to put E85 in it. Be like 900 horsepower.
Yeah, no, you'd be going crazy. That'd be crazy.
No, but I hear it's night and day, and that car's already a beast. Why would I go and do that?
Oh, you know what? So for everyone that is confused of what car you got, go ahead and disclose it because I know you want to. Go ahead.
2011 Nissan GTR. I flew to Oregon, drove it to North Carolina, and I haven't looked back.
Yeah, I remember when you called me and you were
Bruh,
driving on the road.
bruh,
No,
I had
hey,
to
you know,
fly.
wait, hold on. One thing I want to tell everybody is how sick this nigga was. This man was sick, sick like a dog, sneezing,
Yep.
coughing, the
Mhm.
whole nine,
Ears
and was
plugged
like,
up
ears plugged up, still trying to FaceTime me on the road. Windows rolled down. I'm like, bro,
with a
you
big
are
smile on my face.
wild.
Yes, smile on my face, feeling like shit. Yes, I did it. That drive was life changing. The drive was life changing.
That's
I'll do it
crazy.
again too. I'll do it again.
I feel it. I do feel it though. Um,
So, so as far as let's talk about some streetcar stuff, since technically, I guess that is the king of street cars. Um, I haven't seen too many Teslas at a car meet, so I have, and one I did see, it had a body kit on it, and it was slammed, and I
mm-hmm.
was very off put slightly because I didn't know how to feel about what I was looking at. It was like back in the day when all the V8 people started looking and seeing imports. They didn't want to accept it, and
Mm-hmm.
now it took over. So I feel like there is a wave headed to us as far as cars go, street cars, where it's going to be half EV, half gasoline, mostly
Yeah,
EV
it's happening
gasoline.
now. Just
Yeah.
look at where it's at now. Like you have Formula One, you have Formula E, you know, so you're getting it now. And I want to bring this up. Did we bring this up earlier about the whole NASCAR having their own EV car now? So like that's now a thing. You know, think about it. NASCAR, out of all the things I could think of, it going EV or at least having this first like EV car being announced is insane. And we're
Yeah.
heading to that direction, you know? And
Mhm.
so like without giving away too much too though, I could also think about a time where the EV stuff again, way back when Tesla first started, you know, people were feeling the same kind of way, like, oh, y'all not really you're not cars, get away from here, blah blah blah. Okay, okay, but now they're making a statement. Porsche just did
Yeah.
a out here in the racetrack out here in Monterey at Laguna Seca. They got the top speed, the top record. They beat out
With the
Tesla.
Taycan.
Yep.
Oh snap!
So it's like they're part of the conversation now. So it's like okay, I don't know.
The Taycan is insane. I've only experienced the
Right.
Taycan on the Gran Turismo, and it's a very interesting car. Um, the torque is insane. It doesn't turn that good. This is a video game, mind you. It
Mm-hmm.
doesn't turn the best, especially when you're on the gas on the acceleration pedal.
Right.
But the takeoff is crazy. Like it has to be like 2 seconds, 0 to 60.
Yeah.
It's insane. And I know in real life, it's probably equivalent of 1,000 plus horsepower. It has to be.
Yeah, I'll have to look up the horsepower. I think I looked up my dad a while back ago because you know, of course, they have different sort of tiers for it, so you could choose whatever model you want. But I think the highest one is a GTS, I believe, or
Yeah,
something.
they can't
I,
just give people rocket ships, so they got to
nah,
turn it down a little
of
bit.
course, no. You got your starter. You know, you got your starter pack. You know what I mean, and
Yeah.
they move you up from there. But I think the highest one you could go to is I think it's a GTS, I believe, if I'm not
Mhm.
mistaken. But yeah, bro, it's out there. Like it's happening in real time. Like it's really happening, bro. And so like I think people either have to accept it or like, you know, and I'm not condoning again, Motivus is not condoning any street racing of any kind. But I'm just saying.
Nor takeovers.
Or no
Takeovers
takeovers.
aren't real.
It's not, bro. I'm really getting started. You know what? We can talk about that in a few minutes, but I will say this though. If you're really about it, take it to the racetrack. Like for like let it be known. Take it to the
Absolutely.
racetrack and let it be known. If you got the quickest car, whatever. I'm tired of people like thinking, oh, I'm gonna run it on the street, whatever. I'm gonna just try to race you on the street. Like, nah, bro. Take all that energy you got, go to the track. See, I don't do drag. I'm not a big drag fan, but like chorus, a circuit, hey,
First
I'm with
chance
that.
I get, I'm taking my GTR to Virginia International Raceway.
Come to Laguna Seca.
That's a long drive. I would though. I'll ship it or trailer it. I'll do that
Hey,
when I got it like that. I'm
it's
gonna
gonna
buy some
happen.
tires for the TR and I'm gonna put it on the
It's
track.
going
I
no,
want.
it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. You know what?
I
Matter of,
really
since we on the topic of cars though, I got a question for all y'all. I need to know, and I don't remember. I don't remember. But what is y'all top car to pick? Like if you got one that you could pick right now, which one would it be?
you already know.
Say it. I don't know.
For what category?
Depend like so circuit right now. Go. Which one would you pick for circuit? Mm-hmm.
Ooh,
Mm-hmm.
Porsche.
Godzilla.
Porsche.
Godzilla.
Want to know something crazy?
Hmm.
The Nissan GTR was reigning king for a very long
The
time. Big body.
Godzilla.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I know. And even
That's
before that,
my choice.
the
That's
R32
my choice.
Skyline, I think, was banned in a certain amount of years because it was too fast in the time that it was racing.
Mm-hmm.
Too fast.
All right, but so
But
but
with
so
that
wait
being said,
but for people that don't know what that is, right? Tell them exactly what car that is because they gotta know so they can look it up on Google.
Nissan 1992
And that was
Skyline.
that was
Skyline
No,
GTR.
it's the 93 R32.
93
Yeah,
R32
it's the
Skyline.
93 R32.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yes.
That's what coined the term Godzilla. That was the Skyline that did it.
Mm-hmm.
And it
Could be
was
wrong.
so beastly. Nissan was advised not to come back to racing the next year.
Right.
I forgot what year. We'll have dates later. But for me picking for circuit in 2024, I'd probably pick a Porsche.
A Porsche. Okay. But which
Porsche,
one
yeah.
though? Which Porsche
They
would you
have
pick?
the which one? 911, of course.
And wait. So I'm looking it up right now. The '92, right? The '92 Skyline.
Yeah, I'm
Is
looking
that
at it now. It was the R32 banned from racing in Australia touring circuits in the
because
1990s
that wasn't that? But hold on, let me see.
due to a rule change that prohibited turbocharged all-wheel drive cars.
And you
I
want to know
remember
why?
that.
Because that
It
turbo.
won 4 years in a row from 1990 to 1994.
Jesus
The
Christ.
Japanese Grand Touring Championship.
Let me see.
You want to know how bad it was? They had like a minute plus lead on every other car because the turbo took the naturally aspirated six cylinder from almost 300 horsepower to double 600 horsepower.
With
So
all-wheel drive.
Damn.
exactly. So that's almost like 800 horsepower. And it was dominating set 4 years in a row. So they had to change the rules. And I learned in school that in motorsports, if you're not getting rules changed, you're not racing right.
Right,
There's been plenty of innovation in NASCAR due to people being too good at their jobs.
right.
No
Nissan
facts.
was ahead.
But no,
Nissan has
that's my
been there,
choice. That's my choice,
right?
like Godzilla. But I would step it up a notch and go to 97 R33. No front bumper, no back bumper, just
Damn.
splitters and
You're all
twin
in.
turbo. Bro, we rolling.
Circuit
Bro,
racing,
circuit racing. Yeah.
you gotta have the bumpers on.
Hey, good luck. Cause hey, both of y'all gonna get y'all shit smoked. I'm going for a Herrera R, bro. Pugani Herrera R. Going crazy on y'all. Sorry. Gotta do it.
Gotti is a cheat code,
Pugani.
bro.
Nah,
gonna have
look, I said whatever y'all want. Y'all chose those cars for whatever reason, because y'all car heads, whatever. I don't got time for that. Give me a car that I could already get, and then I'm out of there. Cool. Bet.
Have you
don't
seen
wanna-
the interior of a Bugatti? It's so terrible.
Pugani?
Yeah, it's no screens. It's just knobs.
Yeah, bro, the Pagani is something I would
It's
love
for
to
the
fucking
aesthetics.
have.
They build it for aesthetics.
I don't like the interior of a Bugatti, bro.
What you said,
But I don't
Bugatti
want-
or Pugani?
Bugatti.
Oh,
Bugatti.
Bugatti. Yeah, and the new one though. I mean, I don't know. I kind of like the new one.
I don't want to throw facts at y'all, but cars for circuit racing are heavily regulated. So you pick the Pagani, and it probably comes out of the factory 1,700 horsepower, but you can only operate at 800 horsepower.
Nope.
So
So
you'd have to
here's no.
stop.
Wait. No. Hear me out. So I forgot. I left this out. The Bugatti R is actually not road legal at all. You can only race it on the track. So yeah,
But
I'll
I'm
be on
saying,
the.
depending on what division of racing you're in, you would have to build the car accordingly.
Well, yeah, of course, but I'm saying this shits and giggles like on the track. Like I'm saying with your
Oh, oh,
boys on the
oh,
weekend.
oh! You didn't say that.
Yeah, yeah,
Oh,
yeah. I'm
okay.
not saying no regulation. I'm saying right now, given a chance, anything. Like there's no regulation on nothing. What car would you pick?
For fun. Oh yeah, I'm picking the GTR, of
Yeah.
course.
So that's what
R35.
I'm saying. Like I need y'all to like give me everything. Give me your whole energy. Give me your whole vibe. Not
Yeah,
the
yeah.
I gotta pick this car because this is regulated. Like no, I'm saying full on whatever car y'all want.
Oh, I got you. Yeah, I'm gonna stick to what I know. I'm gonna get the GTR,
Okay.
especially since I really shouldn't know how fast it is in real life, but I do. I'm gonna take it to the track and really see how fast the one I got
I just
is.
want to see how it is in corners. That's it. I think it's too heavy on corners, but that's just me. That's why I think the Porsche will probably beat it out, especially the GT3 will probably beat it out on a track.
We can arrange that, but yeah. Oh no, the engineers at Nissan did an amazing job building that car, and I feel like it can take corners well. That's the whole purpose of their all-wheel drive system
Hmm.
is so it can corner better
I feel it.
than its
But
predecessor.
I had the same debate a while back ago. So for those that don't know, right, there's a racetrack, right? I'm pretty sure you all know what I'm gonna say, but there's a racetrack that most of the car manufacturers will go to test out their cars.
Mhm.
What racetrack am I speaking of, gents? I know y'all know
Nurburgring.
exactly.
Never,
So at that
never,
racetrack, you get to test
and
your car out
never.
and really see can it really put out.
Yep.
I'll be
Yeah.
honest, GTR has been down for a minute now. It's been Porsche that's been above. I think right now the highest one that's ranked, the top speed is from I don't know what it can't be Ferrari. I gotta be somebody else. Uh, I know it's not. Porsche is close, but I don't think it's hitting. I think it's Mercedes, the AMG one. That's the one that's the top ranked car currently is Mercedes at Nürburgring. So again, this is why I always say like if you are the top of the best, you got the best car that there is, whatever. And I know sometimes it does depend on the driver. You know when you're on this racetrack, granted, but to be a couple seconds slower or whatever, like there's no. I mean,
Think about it this way.
come on, son.
Think about it this way, bro.
Uh huh.
Ferrari makes sports cars. Porsche makes sports cars.
Right.
Lamborghini makes sports cars.
Right.
Mercedes makes luxury cars. Nissan makes family cars.
But but
That's a fast family car, ain't it?
yeah, it is. But here's my point. Going back to what I was saying, when it comes down to debates of who's the best car, blah blah blah, I hear it all the time. Oh, this is the best car. I'm not saying modified. Modified is a completely different thing, and that's why where I lose most of our listeners by saying, "Oh, it's modified," because then it's like it gets to the nitty gritty shit off the rack like stock. That's why I really consider because that comes from the manufacturers. That's why I think it's more special because then like the manufacturer building something that is crazy. These are enthusiasts that really care about the speed of the car, how fast it is, and so when it comes out to Nissan, I was hoping that Nissan. Yes, I know they're more of a family brand, right? When it comes down to building their cars, but like I was hoping they're gonna have that one sticking to that Nissan and be like, you know what, let's compete.
They
Like let's
might build a
compete.
hypercar one day, but they're more focused on economy and profitability.
Right.
Hypercar probably dig into their pockets because they would have to adjust some things within their engineering
But it's
to
sad though
build it.
because now I'm gonna kind of get into the marketing aspect of it, right? Like if you're a car guy, I'd rather be behind a car company that or a car brand that really is about your car community. And so I think that's the one thing about it. Like that's for any
Yeah.
brand. Like I'm talking about like brands like even for females that want to go Fenty. You know what I'm saying? Oh, I got the new Rihanna, I got the new Fenty, blah 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 blah. Like they got bragging rights. Nissan, it's like, okay, I'm bragging about Nissan, but it's like you really gotta know to know. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. It's kind of
Hey,
It's
y'all,
also to each their own.
I gotta start dinner for the family.
I feel it. All guys are seeing text messages right now. All good, all
Yeah,
good. How long has it been now since we've been on the
about a,
call, gents? About an hour.
oh,
All
yeah.
right. So what y'all want to do? Y'all want to cut this one short, do another one next week, and come back with some new materials and talk about something new, or what's up?
Yeah, we can see what this one look like and we can go accordingly.
All right. Sounds good,
All right,
gents. All right, let's
all right,
do
Chuck.
it. Love y'all, man, and to the
Too.
viewers and listeners. See y'all next week, and we'll go from there. Real quick though, so for all the listeners and viewers though, wherever you guys listen to this on, do us a favor, comment down below, and leave us some comments on what y'all want us to talk about. Because I think that's going to be the biggest thing that we want to do is actually create relevant content and not just content that we, kind of care about. So if you guys have anything that you guys want to hear, listen to from all of our inputs, then, definitely let us know. And we'll go from there. This is Kaya, and we're out. Motivus out.
Peace.